and welcome to the Theodore Roosevelt Show. I'm Petty Officer Pedricino, and thanks for joining us. You might be asking yourself why I'm wearing this ear protection. Well, it's because we're out to sea catching birds all day. We have a great show lined up for you today, especially this next clip, which is 71 seconds long, featuring a recent birthday that we had on board the ship. Check it out.
In my time here, it's come a long way. Like I said, I've been in here since '06, so I saw it go through deployment, saw it get torn apart, and now it's put back together, man, and doing what we're supposed to be doing, shooting aircraft off of flight day.
From RCOH, from showing up to seeing rusted metal to now beautiful, redone paint, it's actually come a very long way.
If President Roosevelt were alive today, I think he'd be very proud of this ship and the job that this crew does, projecting American power throughout the world. He took America from being a isolationist type of country to a global power.
Happy birthday, USS Theodore Roosevelt.
Happy birthday.
Happy 27th birthday, USS Theodore Roosevelt. You're looking good now as you did when I was here in 2001.
"71 seconds video, CVN 71, real clever guys. The next clip features two b-boy guys that are actually dancing, not seizing. No need for a medical emergency at this point in time. Done by MCSN Cheung Kwang. Check it out.
I'm AOAN Isaac Edward Perez, aka B-Boy Jalapeno, from Houston, Texas. I'm 19, and dance is who I am. I've been dancing on and off all my life, but a strict 2 years in breakdancing. True b-boying is when a breakdancer, or b-boy is really what people in my world call them, is somebody who can listen to the music and let the music choose their moves, not just do the move. So it's all hitting the beat on time, just flowing with the music. That's a b-boy.
My name is OS3 Balon. I'm currently stationed on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt, CVN 71. I am a native from Everett, Washington. Outside of the Navy, I am also a breakdancer. I've been dancing for about 10 years now. I'm not so much into competing. I'm more into just doing it for myself, just vibing out and practicing. I don't look too much into trying to see if I could top this person or if I could top that person, because to me it's all about learning something new.
When I'm dancing, and I'm always in a good mood when I'm dancing. There's never a dull moment or a bad moment. Even when I'm failing at dancing, I'm happy, because it means I'm pushing myself, I'm training, I'm getting better, I'm trying to better myself in dance.
Welcome back, Rough Riders. If you love Theodore Roosevelt nearly as much as I do, which is highly unlikely, you should come visit the Theodore Roosevelt Museum here located on the ship. But we understand if you don't have the means or the capability of doing so we've set up a virtual tour of sorts just for you, courtesy of MC3 Christopher Leogod. Check it out.
Hello, welcome to the Theodore Roosevelt Museum. Come on in. I'm Mass Communications Specialist 3rd Class Chris Leogott, and I'd like to show you some of the more interesting pieces of memorabilia we have from Theodore Roosevelt's life, starting with this photo of Theodore Roosevelt and his family. In this photo you see Theodore Roosevelt and some of his grandchildren. The little girl on the far right is Edith Darby. That's Theodore Roosevelt's granddaughter. She was present at the 1984 launching of the Theodore Roosevelt, along with the wife of Theodore Roosevelt's grandson, Archibald D. Roosevelt Jr., the youngest child of the picture on the left. If you follow me over here, we have several pieces of memorabilia from Theodore Roosevelt's Battle of San Juan Hill. Theodore Roosevelt was Assistant Secretary of the Navy at the time of the Spanish-American War, a position he left to join the Rough Riders, a voluntary cavalry of New York. The Rough Riders fought at the Battle of San Juan Hill. Here we have a rifle used by one of Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders. The bullets on the frame are both Spanish and American, and were taken from one of the blockhouses, defensive points on the hill. This pistol here was Theodore Roosevelt's. It's silver-plated and pearl-gripped. Theodore Roosevelt popularized the African proverb, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." Because of this, many Americans would give Theodore Roosevelt big sticks as gifts. In the museum, we have one of those gifts from his collection at Sagamore Hill. Next to the big stick are two books written by Theodore Roosevelt. A Harvard-educated graduate, Theodore Roosevelt wrote 30 books and over 100 essays, many on nature and conservation, a cause close to Theodore Roosevelt's heart. The blue flag is one of two flags hung by Theodore Roosevelt in the Oval Office. The blue flag in honor of his time as Assistant Secretary of the Navy, and a green flag in honor of his service in the Army as part of the Rough Riders. Next to the flag is a gavel carved from the first ship with the name Theodore Roosevelt. There were 4 in total. The first ship was a schooner used to explore the North Pole. The second was a steamer built for the Roosevelt Steam Company, later converted to a troop transport for World War I. The third was a ballistic submarine, and the fourth, of course, is the aircraft carrier USS Theodore Roosevelt, the home of the museum now. Next to the gavel is a badge from Theodore Roosevelt's time as New York Police Commissioner. He actually held many public service roles, including Civil Service Commissioner of New York, Governor of New York, Vice President, and of course the 26th President of the United States. The book here, also written by Theodore Roosevelt, Americanism and Preparedness. Theodore Roosevelt believed that a strong military was necessary not to go to war, but to maintain peace. He's quoted as saying that the Great White Fleet, 16 battleships he sent around the world to show American sea might, was the most important service he ever rendered to peace. Speaking of peace, over here we have a replica of Theodore Roosevelt's Nobel Peace Prize. This is the only replica in the museum. The original is made of gold and is on the mantle in the Roosevelt Room next to the Oval Office. Theodore Roosevelt received the Nobel Peace Prize for mediating a treaty between Russia and Japan, ending the Russo-Japanese War. He was the first American to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Theodore Roosevelt was actually the first of many things. He was the first president to ride publicly in an automobile, the first president to ride in an aircraft, the first president to submerge in a submarine, the youngest president, and the first president to be elected president after taking the office of president from vice president. Finally, I'd like to end on my favorite piece in the museum, a laminated mahogany propeller from a Curtiss Hydro airplane, circa 1910 to 1911. The reason this is my favorite piece is this is the first type of aircraft that was first purchased by the U.S. Navy July 1st, 1911. To see where we started and where we've come is truly amazing. I'm Mass Communications Specialist 3rd Class Christopher Leagot. Thank you for joining me on this tour of the Theodore Roosevelt Museum. And remember, next time you stop by, sign the guest book.
Hello and welcome to the Serious News. My name is MCSN Lindstrom. We have a great show for you today, so let's get right into it. Admiral Gortney came aboard to talk to TR sailors about their new soon-to-be mandatory fire-retardant onesies, and also held a Q&A where sailors asked him some of the pressing questions going on around the fleet. A group of sailors participated in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, where HMCS Gregory Fall mustered them up for a run in formation to show support for the cause. Theodore Roosevelt's flag football team won their regular season title by going undefeated, but unfortunately, that run came to an end when they suffered their first loss in the tournament championship game. We'd like to send a congratulations out to former Chiefs Jason Birch and Tricia Gunny for their recent commissioning. Chief Birch was commissioned to Chief Warrant Officer and Chief Gunny was commissioned to Ensign. Congratulations and well done. For all the sailors that work on the lower decks of the ship, here's what a jet looks like flying off the flight deck. Awesome. Well, that concludes this segment of the Serious News. My name is MCSN Lindstrom, and I did grow this mustache for this particular occasion. Take it easy, TR. Have a nice day.
Well, that does it for us here on the Theodore Roosevelt Show. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. Well, you know, we sure did. Until next time, Theodore Roosevelt, we made it, guys. We made it. Welcome back, Rough Riders. I'm Theodore Roosevelt.
Also in the museum is a
If you want to scare Chiefs away, you just gotta turn the camera on. How you doing, Mom? I'm on board Theodore Roosevelt. How you doing? Hi, I miss you.
We're gonna shout out Weapons Department. If you ain't ordnance,
You are red.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers in Georgia, as I love them. Hi, brothers in Georgia. You're awesome.
I'd like to say hey to my parents, Ham and Dana Owens. Always there for me. Thank you very much.
I'd like to say hi to my family. I really miss them very much.
I'd like to give a shout out to my grandma. She's back in West Virginia.
I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad, especially my deck department family.
Shout out to my fiance, Olivia Mansfield, and
I want to give a shout out to my fiance, Peter Angel. I love you. Love you, Mom.
Hey Mom, hey Dad, just want to say hi, how's it going? I'll see you guys around New Year's. I miss you, love you guys all. Have a good one.
I was unaware this was a Gifford show, that's why he took the mic from me. But